Now, in part 5, I've prepared some sentences that are a little bit more complex in their nature. The reason for this is that they're going to combine could have with the past and would have with the past. For example, let's look at this first one. It reads, "They couldn't have been there because I would have seen them." Here we have our could have, and here we have our would have, both expressing or talking about the past. So you have to make a distinction between two of them. So how would you say that? They couldn't have been there because I would have seen them. No podrían haber estado allí porque los habría visto. Here we have they couldn't, or they couldn't have. No podrían haber, and then been there, estado allí. So that's the could have, or in this case, couldn't. And then we have because I would have. This is habría. I would have seen, habría visto, and los representing them, los habría visto. So you can see how the sentence is split, and it's actually quite complex. So, no podrían haber estado allí porque los habría visto. Try this one. You couldn't have said it to her because she would have told me yesterday. No podrías habérselo dicho porque me habría dicho ayer. Here we have you couldn't have, no podrías haber, and then it to her, selo, hooked on to the end of haber. So you couldn't have said it to her. No podrías habérselo dicho. Because to me, she would have said ayer, or she would have told, because decir is to say or to tell. So she would have told me yesterday. To me, she would have told yesterday. So we have no podrías habérselo dicho porque me habría dicho ayer. So quite tricky. We have two more to go through. Try this one. I could have done it myself, but it would not have been correct. How would you say that? Podría haberlo hecho yo mismo, pero no habría sido correcto. Here, if you were female, you would say yo misma. So first of all, we have I could have done it. Podría haberlo hecho myself, yo mismo, or yo misma. But no habría sido, it wouldn't have been correct. And we went with ser here because in the present tense we would say es correcto or no es correcto. So that's ser, right? So fall down the line, it has to stay on the ser side. So it wouldn't have been, no habría sido correcto. Here's the last one. We could have put the present on the table, but they would have seen it. The word for present, or the present, in Spanish is el regalo. Podríamos haber puesto el regalo en la mesa, pero lo habrían visto. Here we have, we could have. Podríamos haber, and put. Podríamos haber puesto the present on the table, el regalo en la mesa. But, pero, lo habrían visto. This is, they would have, habrían. They would have seen, habrían visto, and the lo is at the front here. This position is different. So you can see how it's quite tricky when we start to mix and match together could and couldn't have with would or wouldn't have. We have to make a very clear distinction between the formulas of how those two phrases work. And it's especially challenging then when you start to combine them. But as you can hear, these are perfectly ordinary sounding sentences in common conversation in English, right? We could have put it on the table, but they would have seen it. It rolls off the tongue so easily in our native language. But to put that into Spanish, we have to be very careful in the beginning and make sure that we thoroughly learn these formulas. So once again, podríamos haber puesto el regalo en la mesa, pero lo habrían visto.